Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Radio Theater. I'm your host, and I'm here with you tonight. There's something about family dinners, the table where we grew up eating, where we learned to pass the salt before asking, where we heard the same stories told year after year. But family tables hold more than food. They hold all the things we can't say, all the silences that grow louder with each passing year, all the small hurts that accumulate into chasms. Tonight we have two stories about family tables. One about a dinner where nobody spoke but everything was said, and one about a forgotten birthday that became an unforgettable turning point. So settle in and let's listen together. Our first story tonight is called The Dinner Table Silence. Dear Radio Theater, I'm writing this the night after Thanksgiving dinner at my parents' house. A dinner where 5 people sat around a table for 2 hours and barely anyone said a word. Not because we had nothing to say, but because we had too much to say and no idea how to start. I need to tell you about the silence, about what it meant, about how it felt to sit at the table where I grew up and realize that somewhere along the way, we stopped being a family that talks and became a family that endures. My name is Jessica. I'm 35 years old. Married, no kids yet. I live in Portland. My parents live in the suburbs of Seattle, about 3 hours away. I have one brother, Michael, who's 32. He lives in San Francisco. Growing up, our family dinners were loud. My dad would tell stories about his day at work. My mom would talk about the neighbors, the book club, what she saw at the grocery store. Michael and I would argue about stupid things. Who got more mashed potatoes? Whose turn it was to clear the table? Normal family stuff. But somewhere in my 20s, the dinners changed. Got quieter, more careful. Like we were all walking on eggshells, afraid to say the wrong thing, so we just stopped saying much at all. This Thanksgiving was supposed to be different. Michael and I hadn't been home together for Thanksgiving in 3 years. He's been busy with work, I've been busy with life. We'd alternate years, taking turns, but this year we both made it. Both committed to being there. My mom was so excited. She'd been texting me for weeks about the menu, about how wonderful it would be to have both her kids home, about how we needed to take a family photo because it had been so long. I drove up Wednesday evening, let myself in with my key. Mom was in the kitchen already prepping. Dad was in the living room watching news. The house smelled like it always did. That specific combination of my mom's candles and whatever she was baking. Jessica? Mom hugged me tight. I'm so glad you're here. Michael gets in tomorrow morning. Oh, this is gonna be so nice. Dad came in, gave me his standard brief hug. Traffic okay? Yeah, not too bad. Good. Your room's ready. My childhood room. Still decorated mostly how it was when I left for college. Some updates, but fundamentally the same. I helped Mom in the kitchen for a while. We chatted about safe things, her garden, my job, the new restaurant that opened in her neighborhood. Nothing deep, nothing real. That night at dinner, just the three of us, I asked about Michael. How's he doing? We text sometimes, but you know how he is. Not much for long conversations. My parents exchanged a look. One of those married couple looks that communicates an entire conversation. He's fine, my dad said. Working hard as always. Another look between them. What? I asked. Nothing, my mom said. He's just been distant lately. We don't hear from him much. He's busy. You know how his job is. It's not just the job, my dad said. He's pulling away. Pulling away from what? From us. From family. He trailed off. Took a bite of his food, and there it was. The thing we don't talk about. Michael's sexuality. The fact that he's gay. The fact that he came out 5 years ago and our parents nodded and said, "We still love you," but then proceeded to never mention it again. Never ask about his dating life. Never acknowledge that part of him. I wanted to push, to say what we all knew, but I didn't. Because that's what we do in this family. We don't push. We don't make people uncomfortable. We keep things pleasant. Thursday morning, Michael arrived. He looked good. Thinner than last time I saw him. His hair styled differently. More fashionable clothes. He looked like someone who'd grown into himself. Hey, Jess. He hugged me. A real hug, not the brief dad hug. Hey, you look great. Thanks. Needed some updates. He glanced toward the kitchen where Mom was already cooking. How is she? Excited. She's made enough food for 20 people. Of course she has. How are you? Really? He looked at me. Really looked. Like he was deciding something. I'm good. Actually good. I'm seeing someone. Yeah? That's great. His name is David. We've been together 8 months. It's serious. My heart both lifted and sank. Lifted because Michael seemed happy. Sank because I knew. I knew he wouldn't tell our parents. Or if he did, they wouldn't know how to respond. Have you told Mom and Dad? No. And I'm not planning to. What's the point? They don't want to know. That's not true. Isn't it? When's the last time they asked me about my personal life, about dating, about anything that matters? I didn't have an answer, because he was right. The rest of the morning was full of cooking prep and careful small talk. Michael and Dad barely interacted beyond hello and how was the drive. Michael and Mom had slightly more conversation, but it was all surface. Recipes. His apartment. His job. Nothing real. By 3 p.m. the food was ready. We sat down at the dining room table, the same table we'd sat at my entire childhood, the same chairs, the same placement even. Dad at the head, Mom at the other end, Michael and I on the sides facing each other. Mom brought out the turkey. We passed dishes, filled our plates, the ritual of Thanksgiving. Then we sat and ate in near silence. My dad, turkey's good this year. My mom, thank you. I tried a new brine. Silence. Chewing. The clink of silverware. My mom, Michael, how's work? Michael, busy. We're launching a new product in January. That's nice. Silence. My mom, Jessica, how's Tom? Tom is my husband who couldn't make it this year because of his work schedule. He's good. Says hi to everyone. Tell him we said hi back. Silence. More eating. More silence. I looked at Michael. He was pushing food around his plate, not really eating. His jaw was tight. I recognized that look. He was upset but holding it in. I looked at my dad. He was eating methodically, focused entirely on his plate, not looking up. I looked at my mom. She had that bright, slightly desperate smile, the one she uses when she's trying to pretend everything is fine. And I realized we were all miserable. All sitting at this table, eating this beautiful meal my mom had worked so hard on and nobody was enjoying it. Because we were all so busy not saying what we actually felt that we couldn't say anything at all. 20 minutes into the meal, Michael set down his fork. Can I ask you guys something? We all looked up. My mom's smile brightened even more, which somehow made it sadder. Of course, honey. Do you actually want to know about my life? Or do you want me to just keep showing up and pretending everything is fine? The silence that followed was deafening. My dad cleared his throat. Of course we want to know about your life. You're our son. Then why don't you ever ask? We do ask. We just asked about work. That's not what I mean. You ask about safe things. Work. My apartment. Surface stuff. But you never ask about anything that actually matters to me. My mom's smile was faltering. Michael, I don't understand. We're sitting here having a nice dinner. Are we? Because it doesn't feel nice. It feels suffocating. We're all just sitting here in silence, eating, pretending. What are we even doing? We're having Thanksgiving dinner, my dad said, his voice getting that edge it gets when he's uncomfortable. As a family. This doesn't feel like family. This feels like strangers being polite. I wanted to say something, to mediate, to smooth things over like I always did. But something stopped me. Maybe because Michael was finally saying what I'd been feeling for years. Michael, my mom said, her voice shaking slightly, if there's something you want to tell us, you can tell us. I have told you things. 5 years ago, I told you the most important thing about myself. And you said you still loved me. And then you never mentioned it again. Like it didn't happen. Like that part of me doesn't exist. My dad set down his fork. We said we still loved you. What more do you want? I want you to actually mean it. I want you to ask me about my life, about dating, about the person I'm seeing. I want you to act like you actually care about who I am, not just tolerate my existence. That's not fair, my mom said. We do care. Then why have you never asked me if I'm seeing anyone? Why have you never acknowledged that I'm gay except for that one conversation 5 years ago? Why do we just not talk about it? The silence again. Heavy. Painful. My dad spoke quietly. Because we don't know what to say. We don't know how to talk about that. It's not that. It's me. It's my life. It's who I am. I know. But it's different from what we know. We grew up in a different time. We don't understand it. I'm not asking you to understand it. I'm asking you to care about it. To care about me. My mom had tears in her eyes now. We do care about you, Michael. So much. But you're right. We don't know how to talk about this. We're afraid of saying the wrong thing, of offending you, so we just don't say anything. But saying nothing is worse. Saying nothing makes me feel like you wish I was someone else, someone easier, someone you knew how to talk to. I couldn't stay quiet anymore. He's right, Mom. Dad, I've felt it too. Not the same thing, but I've felt us all pulling away from each other. I've felt us becoming strangers. These dinners have felt forced for years now. My parents both looked at me like I'd betrayed them. You too? My mom asked softly. Yeah, me too. I don't tell you guys real things anymore because I'm afraid you'll judge or worry or not understand. So I just tell you surface things. And we have surface conversations. And we call that family. My dad leaned back in his chair, took off his glasses, rubbed his eyes. When he spoke, his voice was different. Tired. Sad. I don't know when we stopped talking, or how, but you're both right. We have stopped. We sit at this table and we eat and we barely say anything real to each other. It's not just this dinner, Michael said. It's been years. Every time I come home, I feel like I'm playing a character, the version of myself that you're comfortable with, and I'm exhausted. I don't want you to play a character, my mom said. I want you to be yourself. Then let me be myself. Ask me about David. Ask me what it's like to be in love with someone. Ask me the things you would have asked if he was a woman. My mom was fully crying now. I'm scared I'll say something wrong. I don't know the right words. I don't know how to talk about this without messing it up. You'll probably say some wrong things, Michael said, his voice softer now. And that's okay. I'd rather you try and mess up than not try at all. My dad cleared his throat. So, David, tell us about him. It was awkward. Stiff. But it was something. Michael looked surprised. Then he smiled. Small but genuine. His name is David Chen. He's 34. He's a physical therapist. We met at a friend's party. He's kind. He makes me laugh. He's patient with me when I'm stressed about work. I really love him. My mom wiped her eyes. Do you have a picture? Michael pulled out his phone, showed them photos. David smiling at the camera. David and Michael together at a restaurant. On a hike. Just living life. He's handsome, my mom said. He looks kind. He is. He's the best person I know. Are you happy? My dad asked. Yeah, I am. Really happy. Then I'm glad. That's all I want. For you to be happy. It wasn't perfect. It was still awkward. My parents were still clearly uncomfortable, but they were trying. For the first time in 5 years, they were actually trying. I took a breath. Since we're apparently having real conversations now, can I say something? They all looked at me. Tom and I have been talking about kids, about maybe trying soon. But I've been scared to tell you because I know you have opinions about timing and money and all that. And I didn't want to hear about why we should wait. My mom blinked. We want grandkids. Why would you think we'd tell you to wait? Because whenever I mention anything about future plans, you always point out all the reasons it might be hard. You did it when I wanted to move to Portland. You did it when I was thinking about changing jobs. I just assumed you'd do it with kids too. We're just trying to help, to make sure you've thought things through. But it doesn't feel like help. It feels like you don't trust me to make my own decisions. Like you think I'm still 20 and need guidance on everything? My dad was quiet for a moment. Then, you're right. We do that. We worry. And then we express worry as doubt. We don't mean to undermine you. But I can see how it feels that way. We sat there, all four of us, the dinner getting cold on our plates. But something had shifted. The silence before was suffocating. This silence was different, thoughtful. My mom spoke first. I don't want us to be strangers. I don't want to sit at this table and have fake conversations anymore. I want to know about David. I want to know about your plans for kids. I want to know real things. It's going to be messy, Michael said. We're going to have uncomfortable conversations. I might get upset. You might say the wrong thing, but at least we'll be talking. I think messy might be better than silent, I said. My dad nodded slowly. Your mother and I, we grew up in families where you didn't talk about certain things. You just didn't. And I think we brought that into this family without meaning to. But you're right. Both of you. Silence isn't protecting anyone. It's just creating distance. So what do we do? My mom asked. How do we fix this? We start talking, Michael said. Real talking, even when it's uncomfortable. And we keep showing up, I added. Even when dinners are awkward, even when conversations are hard, we keep trying. Okay, my mom said. Okay, let's try. We reheated the food, sat back down, and started again. This time my mom asked Michael more about David, where he grew up, how they spent their time together, plans they had. She stumbled over some words, called him Michael's roommate once and then quickly corrected to boyfriend. But she was trying. My dad asked me about Portland, about Tom, about what kind of life we wanted to build. Actually listened instead of immediately offering solutions. We talked for 3 hours, the longest dinner we'd had in years. Not because we were eating slowly, but because we were actually talking, actually sharing, actually being a family instead of playing one. It wasn't perfect. There were still awkward moments. Still topics we skirted around, still habits of silence that would take time to break. But it was real. Finally, it was real. That night after our parents went to bed, Michael and I sat in the living room like we used to when we were kids, when we'd stay up late talking about everything and nothing. That was intense, he said. Yeah, but good. Yeah, good. Terrifying, but good. I didn't think I was going to say anything. I was just going to sit through another silent dinner and leave tomorrow and not come back for another year. What changed? I looked at you, and at Mom and Dad, and I thought, we're wasting time. Life is short. Dad is 68. Mom is 65. How many more Thanksgivings do we even have? And are we going to spend them all sitting in silence pretending we're strangers? I couldn't do it anymore. I'm glad you said something. I've wanted to for years, but I was too scared. I was scared too. But I realized being scared of an uncomfortable conversation was less scary than losing my family slowly, one silent dinner at a time. I hugged him. I love you. And I'm sorry I haven't asked about your life more. About David. I want to know. Tell me everything. So he did. We sat there until 2 a.m. He told me about David, about coming out, about therapy, about building a life in San Francisco, about everything I'd missed by keeping things surface level. And I told him about my marriage, about the struggles Tom and I had, about my fears about becoming a parent, about my job that I wasn't sure I even liked anymore, about everything I'd been keeping inside. It was the most honest conversation I'd had with my brother in a decade. Friday morning, we all had breakfast together. More real conversation. My mom showed us old photo albums. We told stories. We laughed. We cried a little. We acted like a family. When I left on Friday afternoon, it felt different, lighter. My mom hugged me at the door. Thank you for being honest yesterday, for telling us we were failing you. Both of you. We needed to hear it. Thank you for listening. We love you, both of you, and we want to know you, really know you. We'll mess up, but we'll keep trying. That's all we ask. On the drive home, I kept thinking about that dinner, about the silence, about how close we came to just sitting there, eating, saying nothing, and then going our separate ways for another year. About how one person being brave enough to speak can change everything. I'm writing this because I think a lot of families live like this, in silence, afraid to say the wrong thing, so saying nothing at all. Afraid to make anyone uncomfortable, so keeping everything surface level. Thinking that keeping peace means keeping quiet. But it doesn't. Keeping quiet doesn't keep peace. It just keeps distance. Family dinners should be more than just eating together. They should be about connection, about honesty, about knowing each other, really knowing each other, not just the edited versions we present. Michael asked our parents to actually want to know about his life, to care enough to ask, to risk being uncomfortable, to try. And they did. Imperfectly, awkwardly. But they tried. That's all any of us can do. Try, show up, be honest, risk the uncomfortable conversation, break the silence. Because silence at the dinner table isn't peace, it's slow erosion. It's family members becoming strangers who happen to share a last name. This Thanksgiving, we broke the silence. We said the hard things. We risked making each other uncomfortable. And instead of falling apart, we started coming back together. It's going to take time. Years of silence can't be undone in one meal, but it's a start. And I'm grateful for Michael's courage, for my parents' willingness to try, for a family that decided to stop pretending and start being real. Next Thanksgiving, we're doing it again, all of us. And this time, we're not going to be silent. With gratitude for broken silences, someone who found her family again. That was a story from someone who found her family again. Michael didn't ruin Thanksgiving. He saved it. Because that dinner, that silence, that careful pretending you were all doing, that wasn't family. That was performance. That was strangers being polite. And here's what I love about your story. It took one person being brave enough to say this isn't working for everyone else to admit they'd been feeling it too. You'd all been suffering in silence, thinking you were protecting each other, when really you were just creating distance. Your parents said they were afraid of saying the wrong thing. But you know what the wrong thing is? Nothing. Saying nothing. Asking nothing. Treating huge parts of your children's lives like they don't exist because acknowledging them might be uncomfortable. Discomfort is not dangerous. Silence is dangerous. Silence is how families drift apart slowly, one careful dinner at a time, until you wake up and realize the people at your table are strangers. You're going to have more awkward conversations. Your parents will mess up again, but they're trying now. They're showing up, and that's everything. Thank you for breaking the silence. Sometimes family dinners need words to break the silence. Sometimes family needs something else entirely. Sometimes it takes forgetting something important to remember what actually matters. Our second story tonight is called The Forgotten Birthday. Dear Radio Theater, I'm writing this 3 weeks after my 40th birthday. A birthday that nobody in my family remembered. Not my husband. Not my 2 teenage kids. Not my parents. Nobody. And here's the thing, I'm not writing because I'm still angry. I'm writing because forgetting my birthday became the best thing that could have happened to our family. Because sometimes you have to feel invisible to realize you've been making yourself disappear. My name is Caroline. I'm 40 years old, well, 40 in 3 weeks now. I live in Austin, Texas. I've been married to my husband James for 18 years. We have 2 kids, Ryan, who's 16, and Emma, who's 14. I need to tell you about the birthday that nobody remembered, and about what happened after. Let me start by saying I'm the person who remembers everything. Birthdays, anniversaries, doctor's appointments, permission slips, when the car needs an oil change, when we're running low on milk. I'm the keeper of the family calendar, the one who makes sure everything runs smoothly. I plan James's birthday dinner every year. I wake the kids up with birthday pancakes. I coordinate with my parents and James's parents for gifts. I make sure cards get signed. I make a big deal out of it because I think birthdays matter. For my own birthday, I don't expect much. I'm not a big celebration person for myself, but I expect something. An acknowledgement, a card, Maybe breakfast in bed if I'm lucky. Just something that says, "We see you, we're glad you were born, you matter." The week before my 40th birthday, I dropped hints. Not so subtle hints. At dinner one night, "Can you believe I'm going to be 40 next week?" 40. That's a big one. James looked up from his phone. Huh? Oh, yeah. Crazy. Ryan didn't look up at all. Emma said, "That's old, Mom," then went back to her own phone. I laughed it off. But I was hoping they were planning something. Playing it cool. That's what I told myself. A few days before my birthday, I mentioned it to my mom on the phone. "Big 4-0 coming up," I said, trying to sound casual. "Oh, that's nice, honey. How's Emma doing with her science project?" She changed the subject. I told myself she was probably planning to surprise me. The day before my birthday, I was doing laundry, folding James's shirts. I thought about how I'd spent the last month planning his birthday, how I'd gotten his parents to come into town, how I'd reserved his favorite restaurant, how I'd bought him the watch he'd been eyeing for months. And I thought, tomorrow is my birthday. Someone will remember. Someone has to remember. The morning of my birthday arrived. I woke up at 6:30 like always. James was still asleep. I went downstairs, made coffee, started getting ready for the day. At 7, I woke the kids for school. "Morning, guys. Time to get up." Groans. The usual resistance. At 7:30, James came downstairs, kissed me on the cheek. "Morning. Is there more coffee?" "In the pot." He poured himself a cup, checked his phone. "I've got that meeting at 9. Probably running late today." "Okay." He grabbed his briefcase. "Have a good day." And he left. Nothing. Not a word. The kids came down. Ryan grabbed a granola bar. Emma poured cereal. "Any tests today?" I asked, my voice normal even though my heart was sinking. "Nope," Ryan said. "Quiz in history," Emma said. "Good luck." They finished breakfast, grabbed their backpacks. "Bye, Mom." And they were out the door. I stood in the kitchen, alone. The house suddenly very quiet. Nobody remembered. I checked my phone. No text, no calls. I opened Facebook. No birthday notifications because I'd hidden my birth year years ago, self-conscious about getting older. I sat down at the kitchen table, looked at the calendar on the wall. May 15th, my birthday, marked in my own handwriting because I'm the one who keeps track of everything. I felt small, invisible, like I could disappear and nobody would notice for days. But then I got angry at myself for feeling that way. It's just a birthday. I'm 40 years old. Too old to care about whether people remember my birthday. Too mature to need that kind of validation. So I did what I always do. I pushed the feeling down, told myself it was fine, got dressed, went to work. At work, my assistant Sarah had put a card on my desk. "Happy birthday, Caroline." Inside, she'd written a sweet note about how much she appreciated working with me. I almost cried. My assistant remembered. My family didn't. I texted James at lunch, "Hey, what do you want for dinner tonight?" He replied, "Whatever you want to make is fine. I'll be home around 7. Whatever I want to make." On my birthday, I get to cook my own birthday dinner. I didn't respond. At 3 p.m., my mom called. About Emma's science project. She talked for 20 minutes about something else she'd read about the topic Emma was researching. Never once mentioned my birthday. When I got home, I didn't start dinner. I sat on the couch, stared at the wall. The kids came home. "What's for dinner, Mom?" "I don't know." They looked at me, confused. I always knew what was for dinner. "Can we order pizza?" Ryan asked. "Sure. Whatever you want." They exchanged glances, ordered pizza on their phones, went upstairs. James got home at 7:30. "Sorry I'm late." Meeting ran over. "Something smells good. Oh, pizza. Cool." He grabbed a slice, sat down, turned on the TV. I sat next to him, said nothing. We ate pizza, watched TV like any other night. At 10 p.m., everyone went to bed. James kissed me goodnight, "Love you," and rolled over. I lay there in the dark. My birthday. Over. Unmarked. Unacknowledged. Like any other day. And something in me broke. Not loudly, not dramatically, just a quiet breaking, a realization that I'd spent so much time taking care of everyone else, making sure everyone else felt seen and celebrated, that I'd made myself invisible. The next morning I woke up and I didn't get out of bed. James's alarm went off. He turned it off, started to get up. "I'm not getting up," I said. He looked at me. "Are you sick?" "No. I'm just not getting up. I'm not making breakfast. I'm not waking the kids. I'm not doing anything today." "Oh, okay. Are you sure you're not sick?" "I'm sure." He looked confused but shrugged. "Okay. Feel better." And he went downstairs. I heard him trying to navigate the morning routine, waking the kids. "Mom's not feeling well. You need to get your own breakfast." I heard them moving around downstairs. The sounds of cereal boxes. The toaster. Chaos they weren't used to managing themselves. Eventually, they all left. The house went quiet. I stayed in bed, stared at the ceiling, and let myself feel it. The hurt, the invisibility, the exhaustion of being the person who holds everything together while everyone else just lives their lives. Around noon, my phone rang. "James, hey, are you okay? Should I come home?" "No, I'm fine. I just need a day." "A day for what?" "For me. I just need a day for me." "Oh, okay. Do you need anything?" "No." I hung up, turned off my phone, and for the first time in years I just existed, without doing anything for anyone else. I took a bath. A long bath. Read a book I'd been trying to finish for 6 months. Made myself tea. Sat in the silence. By the time everyone came home, I was still in my pajamas. Still hadn't done anything productive. James came upstairs. "Caroline, what's going on?" "Sit down." He sat on the edge of the bed, looking worried. "Do you know what yesterday was?" he thought. I could see him thinking, running through his mental calendar. Tuesday? It was May 15th. Still nothing. It was my birthday, James. His face went white. Oh my God. Nobody remembered. Not you. Not the kids. Not my parents. Nobody. "Caroline, I'm so sorry. I don't know how I forgot. Work has been crazy and I don't want excuses. I want to understand how the person who remembers everyone else's birthday gets forgotten on hers." He didn't have an answer. "Do you know why nobody remembered?" I continued. "Because I'm the one who reminds everyone about birthdays. I'm the one who puts them on the calendar. I'm the one who makes sure cards get signed and gifts get bought and celebrations happen. And I don't do that for myself because I think someone else will. But nobody else does. Because they've gotten so used to me handling everything that they don't have to remember anything. That's not fair, isn't it? When's the last time you planned something for this family without me reminding you? When's the last time you noticed we were out of milk before I mentioned it? When's the last time you signed the kids up for something or scheduled a dentist appointment or bought a birthday gift for your own mother?" He was quiet. "I've made myself invisible by being too visible, by doing everything, by being the person who manages everything. And you've all gotten so comfortable with it that I'm not even a person anymore. I'm just the person who makes things run." "That's not true. We love you. I know you love me. But do you see me, really see me, or do you just see the things I do for you?" He didn't answer, because he knew. The kids appeared in the doorway. "Mom? Dad, is everything okay?" I looked at them. My children, who I loved more than anything, who I'd spent 16 and 14 years taking care of, who had no idea what day it was yesterday. "Come here. Sit down." They came in hesitantly, sat on the bed. "I need to tell you something. Yesterday was my birthday. I turned 40, and nobody remembered." Emma's hand went to her mouth. "Oh my God, Mom." Ryan looked stricken. "I'm so sorry. I'm not telling you this to make you feel guilty. I'm telling you because I've realized something. I've spent so long being the person who takes care of everything that I've forgotten to take care of myself. And I've let you all forget too." "We didn't mean to forget," Emma said, tears in her eyes. "I know. But the fact that you could forget shows something bigger. It shows that I've been doing too much. That I've been so busy making sure everyone else feels important that I've made myself unimportant. You're not unimportant, Ryan said quietly. Then tell me what's my favorite color? They looked at each other, unsure. What's my favorite food? Silence. What do I do for fun? What are my hobbies? What do I want for my future? They didn't know, and the not knowing hung in the air like an accusation. You don't know, I said softly, because I never talk about those things. I never make time for those things. I'm always focused on you, on what you need, on making sure everyone else is happy and taken care of. And I've lost myself in the process. James spoke. What do you need from us? I need you to see me, really see me. Not as a wife or a mom or the person who remembers everything, but as Caroline, as a person with wants and needs and a birthday that matters. We can do that, Emma said. We will do that. It's not just about remembering my birthday. It's about all of us being more present for each other. It's about me learning to ask for help instead of doing everything myself. It's about you all learning to take responsibility without being reminded. How do we start? Ryan asked. We start by making some changes. We start by everyone taking ownership of their own stuff. Ryan, you're 16. You can manage your own schedule. Emma, you're 14. You can pack your own lunch. James, you can plan some things for this family without me having to organize everything. Okay, James said. We can do that. And I need to make changes too. I need to stop doing everything. Stop making myself indispensable. Stop being afraid that if I'm not constantly managing everything, everything will fall apart. What if things do fall apart? Emma asked. Then they fall apart. And we figure it out together. As a family where everyone contributes. Not a family where one person carries everything. We sat there, all four of us on the bed. The first time in months, maybe years, that we'd all just sat together. Without phones, without TV, without anyone rushing off to do something else. I'm sorry I forgot your birthday, Mom, Ryan said. Really sorry. You always make ours so special. I'm sorry too, Emma added. And I'm sorry I don't know your favorite color. That's really sad. It's purple, I said. Dark purple, almost blue. I'm going to remember that, she said. I'm sorry, James said, for forgetting, for not seeing, for letting you carry everything alone. I don't want you to feel invisible. I want to do better. I want to do better too, I said. I want to be someone who exists for more than just what I do for other people. What do you want? Emma asked. Like, for yourself? I thought about it. Really thought about it. When was the last time anyone asked me that? I want to take a painting class. I used to love painting before I had you guys. I want to read more. I want to have coffee with friends without feeling guilty about taking the time. I want to sleep in on Saturday sometimes. I want to be a person, not just a mom and a wife. You can do those things, James said. You should do those things. I will. But I need you all to help. I need you to step up so I can step back sometimes. Deal, Ryan said. Deal, Emma echoed. Deal, James said. Starting now. Over the next few days, we made changes. Real changes. James took over grocery shopping. The first time, he forgot half the list and bought things we didn't need. But he went back, figured it out, started getting better at it. Ryan started managing his own schedule, put reminders in his phone, stopped relying on me to tell him what he needed to do. Emma started packing her own lunch. The first week, she forgot twice. But she learned, started preparing the night before. And I started saying no to things I didn't want to do, to requests that I would have automatically said yes to before. I signed up for a painting class every Thursday evening. The first night I went, I felt guilty leaving everyone at home, but I went anyway. I came home to find James had made dinner. It was spaghetti from a jar, nothing fancy, but it was dinner, and nobody starved. How was it? He asked. Amazing. I forgot how much I loved painting. You should keep going. I will. 2 weeks after my birthday, James told me to get dressed up. We're going out. Going where? It's a surprise. He'd made reservations at a nice restaurant. Just the two of us. The kids were at his parents' house. "What's the occasion?" I asked as we drove. "Your birthday. I know it's late, but better late than never." At the restaurant, he gave me a gift, a set of professional painting supplies, brushes, canvases, oils, everything I needed. I asked the guy at the art store what a serious painter would need. He said, "I hope I got the right stuff." I started crying. Right there in the restaurant. "These are perfect. Thank you. I'm sorry I forgot your actual birthday, but I want you to know I see you now. I'm going to keep seeing you. Thank you for trying. It's not trying, it's just being the husband you deserve." The kids made me a birthday card. A week late, but they made it together. Drew pictures. Wrote messages. Ryan's message: "Mom, your favorite color is purple. Your favorite food is Thai curry. You like mysteries novels and hiking and apparently painting. I'm going to keep learning more. Happy birthday." Emma's message: "I'm sorry I called you old. 40 isn't old. And even if it was, you're the coolest old person I know. I love you. Happy birthday." I put it on the fridge, right in the center. My mom called a few days later. "How are you, honey?" "Actually, Mom, I need to tell you something. You forgot my birthday." There was a long pause. "I did?" "Yeah, May 15th, my 40th birthday." "Oh, Caroline, I'm so sorry. I don't know how. It's okay. But I need you to know, because I've realized I don't speak up about things like this. I just let them go. But they matter. I matter. You do matter. You matter so much. I'm sorry. Thank you. Let me take you to lunch. This week. Just us. We'll celebrate properly. I'd like that." We went to lunch. And for the first time in a long time, we didn't talk about the kids or James or her neighbors or anything else. We talked about me, about what I wanted, about who I was beyond being a daughter and a mother and a wife. It felt strange, but good. Now, 3 weeks later, things are different. Not perfect. We still have moments where everyone forgets and reverts to old patterns, but we catch ourselves. We course correct. James forgets things less often. The kids take more responsibility. And I'm learning to let things go, to not control everything, to trust that the world won't fall apart if I'm not managing every detail. I'm painting again. I'm reading more. I'm having coffee with friends. I'm existing as Caroline, not just as everyone's wife and mother. And here's what I've learned. Being forgotten on my birthday was painful, but it was also necessary because it forced us all to examine what we'd become. A family where one person did everything and everyone else just let her. That's not sustainable. That's not healthy. That's not really a family. A family is everyone contributing, everyone seeing each other, everyone remembering that the people they love are full human beings with wants and needs and birthdays that matter. My forgotten birthday became the wake-up call we all needed. I'm not invisible anymore. I won't let myself be invisible anymore. And my family sees me now. Really sees me. Not just what I do for them, but who I am. Next year, I'm planning my own birthday. I'm going to tell everyone exactly what I want. Maybe a party. Maybe a quiet dinner. Maybe a weekend away. Whatever it is, I'm not going to drop hints and hope someone picks up on them. I'm going to use my voice. I'm going to take up space. I'm going to celebrate myself because I matter. Not because of what I do for everyone else, but because I'm a person who deserves to be seen and celebrated and remembered. And I'm going to make sure I never forget that again. With gratitude for being seen, Caroline. Caroline, thank you for that story. Here's what strikes me: you weren't angry that they forgot. You were heartbroken that you'd made it so easy to forget you. You'd become so good at being the person who remembers everything, who manages everything, who holds everything together, that you'd managed yourself right into invisibility. And your family didn't mean to make you invisible. They just got comfortable. Comfortable with you carrying everything. Comfortable with you being the backstage crew while they lived their lives center stage. But here's what I love. You didn't stay invisible. You didn't swallow the hurt and keep going. You stopped. You said, I matter. My birthday matters. I matter. And that was radical. Because somewhere along the way, a lot of us, especially mothers, especially women, especially caregivers, we learn that being selfless is virtuous, that putting everyone else first is what good people do. But there is a difference between being selfless and erasing yourself. You taught your family something crucial, that you're not just the person who does things for them. You're a person with favorite colors and dreams about painting and a birthday that deserves to be celebrated. Your forgotten birthday was a gift in disguise. It showed you all what you'd become, and it gave you the chance to become something different, something better. Thank you for sharing, and happy belated 40th birthday. 2 stories tonight about family tables, one about breaking the silence that keeps families apart, one about stepping out of invisibility and being seen. Both about the same truth: family isn't just about showing up, it's about showing up fully. Being present, being honest, being seen and seeing others. The dinner table can be a place where we hide, where we perform, where we keep things surface level and safe, or it can be a place where we're real with each other, where we say hard things, where we celebrate each other, not just what we do, but who we are. Michael broke the silence. Caroline demanded to be seen, and their families showed up. Imperfectly, awkwardly, but they showed up. That's all we can do. Show up. Keep trying. Keep being honest. Keep making space for each other's full humanity. Thank you for listening tonight. Thank you for sharing your stories. Until next time, I'm here with you. This is Radio Theater. Good night.